we've been preparing for, and we had some breakdowns, and they're going to test you. Obviously, they're going to see how many times they can make you have game plan, breakdowns or game plan discipline, and we had a few, almost too many, obviously, versus a team like this, and we know what they're capable of doing. They can go on a run where it's like, okay, we got it right here, 2-possession game, 3-possession game, and then boom, it's a double-digit lead, and that's what some of the great teams do. So just can't have compound mistakes over it.
Those things, does the actual film itself help for the cleanup, or is it just the knowledge?
I mean, yeah, we have enough knowledge. I mean, shit, we already been in the postseason now. 7 games tonight was our 7th game in the postseason. So we have the knowledge, but we will sit on film and see ways we can be better. And obviously they're going to make adjustments too, because I mean, shit, that's what championship teams do. So we have to be ready for what they bring to the table as well.
You guys' ball protection was better in the first half than in the second half. Would you say that was some of the game plan discipline at your guys' end, or do you think they were starting to maybe get a little bit of a better read on what you guys were doing?
No, we just got to be better with the ball.
Offensively, LeBron, obviously when you guys lose Luka, Austin this a month, it's going to be tough. Just like, what are you seeing on that end of the floor right now? Where is it sticky, and how can you guys clean stuff up on that end?
So again?
Where do you think the offensive issues are coming from right now? Obviously, that's a great defense.
Issues coming from?
Yeah.
Yeah, we have a guy that averaged 37 a game. What did he average, 35 this year? 33 and a half?
Yeah.
I mean, what are you asking?
Okay, well, I'm asking, I mean, like, you guys...
There's the issues right there. We're playing against the #1 defensive team in the NBA, as far as the ratings and everything. And when you play against great defenses, you have to have guys that can attract multiple defenders on the floor at all time. Even I felt like we had great shots. We got some great shots tonight. We missed them. But when you play against the world champions, having a guy that averages 34, 6 and 8 and 8 and 9, whatever the hell, that's special. So we have to be better at finding ways to get to the blender, finding ways to get to the paint. We know they're a paint swarming team, so we have to be better with getting to the paint, not turn the ball over, and then shooting with confidence. But I feel like we got some really good looks. But shit.
Tonight was the first time that Shea was held under 20 all season. You guys held them as a team that went away. Just what was working just defensively, game plan wise, and execution wise?
We're down 1. Same Shea versus the Lakers is Lakers versus the Thunder. We're down 1-0. That's the main thing. Keep the main thing the main thing, and that's who win or lose. That's all it's about.
I think Austin's not a guy that you have ever really worried about as a teammate, but are there other things you guys can do to help him find a rhythm? Obviously, he was only 3 days back.
Well, he was out a month. So, we hoping, and we know he's going to make shots and make plays, but that's tough. You're out a month towards the end of the season, so, obviously, we were trying to fast track, him getting back on the floor and doing the things that he was doing before the injury, whatever the case may be, but he's out a month, so rightfully so if he has some games where he's missing shots or whatever the case may be, but his presence alone helps us no matter what.
Jared has been such an important part of this team in the locker room. So obviously he gives you guys a toughness and edge on the court. What was that like, just seeing him in that amount of pain? Have you had a chance to talk to him at all?
He's tough as nails, so if Vando was in pain, then something actually really happened, so it sucks.
You've had a lot of success in the post, and just assume that takes a toll, though, just on an offensive player as well, just energy-wise, is it not? So when do you decide when to go to it, and how often in the course of the action?
When the set is called. I do it, we have a lot of sets, how to get guys involved, how to get me involved, but ultimately how can we, best, break down their defense as much as possible, but no toll for me. I'm fine.
All right, big game. And Rob, let's talk a little LeBron. Listen, let all score.
What kind of key difference was tonight?
I don't think there was a turning point. I think it was a general theme throughout the night. When we made game plan mistakes, they hurt us. I thought the Houston Game 5 was the most game plan mistakes we made in a playoff game so far. We obviously lost that game. You're playing the world champs. Your margin for error in terms of mistakes is not that high. You can make mistakes. Basketball's a game full of mistakes. There's just too many tonight. We got to clean that up. But there were some good things. We won expected score. Held Shea under 20. He ended up with 7 turnovers. The guys played hard. We just got to do a better job with execution. It comes down to just the attention to detail on that, and I know we'll clean things up and be better.
Did you find the execution errors to be primarily offensive or primarily defensive?
Primarily defensive. There were some things we did offensively that weren't necessarily what we had talked about, and sometimes ran a set and didn't do what we're supposed to do. But I mean that always is going to happen. I think the game plan defensively, when whether it was a coverage thing or Shea coverage, just seemed like every time we didn't execute, they hurt us. And then the other point of that was when they did get an offensive rebound, they absolutely killed us. We didn't do a good job of building back out on the offensive rebound.
There was a report that Jay Vanderbilt suffered a full dislocation of his finger. How is he doing?
I just talked to him. He's in as good a spirits as you can be in this situation. Obviously frustrated with what happened.
In that moment, just like, I don't know, can you just sort of describe the amount of pain he seemed to be in? I mean, from where we were sitting, it looked like.
Yeah, it looked. I went to go check on him because it just looked bad. I mean, he was audibly screaming, and knew he had done something. So we're obviously disappointed that happened, and it's a freak injury.
JJ, can you talk about sort of like the job that the guys did on Shea, and then obviously you said held them under 20, and they still outplayed you guys or outscored you guys by that much. Is that just sort of a testament to their incredible depth?
Oh no, I mean, look, I think when we did our Shea execution, we did a good job. The rotations out of that weren't always great. They got good players. They shot 16 for 28 on non-paint twos. Again, we did some good things. I'm not that 108-90 doesn't matter to me. We lost a game.
AR obviously didn't have his typical kind of a night. Is this just refining his rhythm after being out for a month, or what kind of do you make of that? Yeah,
he didn't play well, but he's going to bounce back. He's a great player.
You guys held 108. I mean, I'd say that probably would be well below their season average, their postseason average. Where do you think you can generate more offense in this series?
We got to make shots. I mean, we got to make shots. 10 for 30 from 3. Austin goes 3 for 16. Thought Luke's passed some really good looks down early. Then don't turn the ball over. We had 10 turnovers in the second half. I mean, that's the other part.
There's that third quarter stretch, and I think Austin gets an open 3 in the wing, misses what it could have to 3, and then